there are some tournaments people put a lot of value in that actually mean nothing. Whether it's an off-season tournament, yeah, big deal. You can All-American, so what? They're a dime a dozen. And then there are some that when somebody All-Americans or wins, you have to take notice. You're like, who did what? They won what tournament? Our guest here today can say he is a NHSCA Sophomore National Champion. Sir, if you would, tell us who you are.
I am Jackson Wells. I'm a 2024 state champion at 106 pounds. I just recently repeated at 113 pounds in 2025, and that was April. Are we April 2nd?
April 3rd.
April 3rd. Last weekend, I achieved the title of being a national champion at the Virginia Beach sophomore 113-pound division.
And that in itself, making it on the podium at Virginia Beach is an accomplishment. But being able to say you're a national champion for the Virginia Beach tournament like that, man, I'm pretty confident, unless somebody comes out of the woodwork, that you're the first Kentucky wrestler to be the postseason Virginia Beach NHSCA national champion. And if you're not nationally ranked coming into next season, something's wrong. The rankings are whacked because you are a two-time state champion. Coming in your high school season, you finished it undefeated. Now you went to Virginia Beach and dominated there. Like I said, if you're not ranked, something is up with the rankings. I don't know what's going on. Go ahead. I can tell you got something to say there.
It's funny you say that because they actually just updated the rankings today. I'm not on them.
Oh, see, they're whack. Get rid of them.
Yeah,
Whoever's doing the rankings.
it's I'm not going to speak on it because I mean rankings obviously don't matter, and that's in all sports. You see like March Madness teams or number one seeds get upset all the time, but it's funny because I majored like the number like 15 beat or something like that, and I have a win over number 11. I'm a two-time undefeated state champ, but it is what it is. And I just I got accepted into the Ironman tournament fall. Me and George both did. So I'll be locked and loaded and ready to compete at that and Super 32. So I mean they can keep my name off that list for as long as they want, but eventually they're gonna have to put me on. So
And that's something that over the last couple of years, I've really done a lot of work. I've been to a lot of seminars in person. I've invested so much money and time into like personal development courses, gurus, if you will. And that's something that they all talk about is if you want to be something, you got to say it. If you want to be, have X amount of money or be a certain status, don't have the mentality of, well, it'll work itself out or I'm not. No, if you want that title, you say it. I want, X amount of dollars, whatever. You should be ranked. There's no other way to say it. There is, if there's only, if in the sport of wrestling, if there was only a way that you could actually get on the mat and actually wrestle somebody, you know what I'm saying? And see who's better. And I think you accomplished that here at the Virginia Beach tournament. So we talked about it a little bit in your 2025 video, but you started going, currently you're a sophomore. You started going to Virginia Beach as an eighth grader, correct?
yeah,
And I believe you went 2-2, correct?
my eighth grade year I did.
Last year, as a sophomore or as a freshman, I should say, you made it to the blood round, correct?
Yeah.
I got you. And then, of course, this year, the coming back after wrestling season ends was the mentality. I've got to get on that podium, no matter what place, but I've got to be on that podium somewhere.
For sure. And like I went to Super 32 this past October, and I had a pretty good tournament. My goal was to get All American status there, but just with the cards I was dealt, I guess. But I beat some good kids there. I think I like tech the Georgia State champ. I beat a 2-time undefeated Iowa State champ, Nico DeSalva, who's was number 12, but I think he's now at number 15 on Flow's rankings. And I wrestled super good. I think I beat a couple New York finalists. But yeah, so open my eyes on like I'm on that level and on that national rankings level. I just got to keep working and get to it. And then I got a little taste of that at the IHPO tournament before Super 32, and in the finals when I beat Liam Davis of Lake Highland Prep. But yeah, going into the season, they didn't accept me into Ironman, so I wasn't able to go there. And then so I was like, all right, I'll just work super hard with my second state title, and then hit Virginia Beach and claim my All American status there. And that was the goal. Going in, I've I think I lost second round of Super 2 and battled back to the Bloods. But I was like, hey, if you drop one, you're wrestling back super hard. But obviously I didn't drop one. But yeah, that was my goal. Just get All American status no matter what place.
And I said it a little bit in the beginning, and I want to kind of hit this point again, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. There are any time that there are wrestlers from different states competing at a tournament, anybody can claim All-American status, whether there's 3 people in the division or your weight class or whatever. If there's somebody from Kentucky, West Virginia, and Ohio, or Kentucky, Ohio, Tennessee, whatever. If there's more than one state represented, you can be considered an All-American. And you see people in their Instagram profiles or whatever, they're a 117-time All-American. No, you're not. I'm sorry. You may have the piece of paper. You may have the photo op on the podium. All All-Americans are not created equal. You're just not. Fargo, oh, you All-American at Fargo, you've done something. You All-American at Super 32, you've done something. Or podium, I should say. You All-American at Virginia Beach, Ironman, Beast of the East,
However,
anything like that, you've done something. I mean, that deserves to be applauded. So, like I said, no offense to people that you may very well could be, a 287-time All-American. Congratulations. What meets have you done it at? That's what impresses. That's what gets the eyebrows raised. That's what gets noticed. Where have you done it? So you went to one of the hardest tournaments in the country and you won the daggone thing. So let's talk about your bracket. Your first round, you start off with a first period fall over Aiden. I believe his name is pronounced Perkle. Is that correct?
I think
What
so.
state was he from? Do you remember?
He took fourth in Georgia this year.
Okay.
Yeah,
The second round, you wrestle Hunter. Is it Winna?
I have no idea.
Winna Hunter. We don't mean to mispronounce your last name. We just want to make sure that we're saying it. We're going to say it's Winna. You won that by first period fall. And where was he from?
I think New Jersey. I think he wrestled. He cut. I think he must have cut a lot of weight because he wrestled 126 pounds in New Jersey this year.
Okay. The I believe this would be the third round. You won a first period fall over Abel Brantley. Where was Abel from?
Alabama.
Alabama. Okay. I believe the fourth round, you win a second period tech fall over Lincoln Derby. Where was Lincoln from?
Florida.
Florida. Okay. You get to the quarters. You're wrestling Pierce Hurd. You win a 12-7 decision. Where was Pierce from?
Pierce was from South Dakota, and he got fifth or sixth, and
Okay. So
he was a
I gotta, just for conversation, the first person you've not pinned or tech falled, was he pretty tough?
oh, he was super tough. He actually, I was down 6-1 after the first period. He got 2 takedowns in the first period, and
Wow.
that win was I won that match because of my gas tank and my heart and my will to win. I 6-1. I think I can't remember exactly how it played out, but I ended up getting 2 takedowns and then I turn them for some back points, which ends up winning.
Wow.
But yeah, I credit that win to my gas tank and my cardio because by the third period he just laid down. He was broke, and it
I
kind of because
I
that
can
was
understand that.
yeah that was a super good match and the flow, like recording, like video or whatever, didn't work. So that video is like not on
Mm.
or flow anything.
Well, that figures, don't it?
Yeah.
That figures. You get to the semis. You're wrestling Kason Craft. You win that by a second period fall. Where was he from?
He is a two-time Oklahoma State champ, a Fargo champ, and yeah.
So, have any of these guys were they ranked like on flow or anything coming into it?
Yeah, Kraft was number 20.
Okay. All right. Now, you get to the finals. You're wrestling David Hill. Now, in true fashion, we're not going to tell you the score. We have the match video. Where was he from?
He was a two-time Alabama State champ, and he was a returning finalist at that tournament last year.
All right. Um, had you ran into any of these guys before at any other tournaments or anything like that?
No, but there was that I want to say my bracket was the most stacked, but it was super stacked. So I think I got first, David gets second, and then a kid named Don Morrison gets third. He's a Pennsylvania State champ he won his freshman year and then got fifth his sophomore year. Then you had Kason Craft, who was the Fargo champ, two-time Oklahoma State champ, and then a kid that didn't place my bracket. His name's Montero Royale. He's a two-time South Carolina State champ, and he's a Fargo finalist, and he didn't even my bracket.
Wow.
Yeah,
So, needless to say, man, they was some absolute hammers in that weight class, right?
there was definitely some stacked kids.
And I was keeping up with, I believe, Coach Ashbrook or Coach Coy, or maybe even like your mom and dad or Stoney Dennis. Somebody was like updating who was in the finals. And whenever I saw that you won, I saw the screenshot. I recognized it was a flow video, so I had to go back and watch it. Knowing that you won, man, I was still on the edge of my seat, trying to like, no, 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 don't do that.
Yeah.
So it was cool. It was cool to get to watch a little bit after. If I'd have thought I probably would have watched it live, but I'd have been a nervous wreck for you. You know what I mean? Always want our Kentucky guys and girls, no matter what tournament it is, to do well. They represent what we do, and we just want to let the world know that Kentucky is, man, we're on the scene and we ain't going anywhere. So we're going to pull up your match video here. Now, if you've never been to a big national tournament or anything like this, what you're seeing here is pretty much the way most are. Is mats are just lined out right side by side by side by side, hardly any space in between, and whatever match comes up is what goes. I know I've got to do one big tournament down in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I think we had 38 mats, I believe is what we had. Do you know how many mats were here?
56 or 59 or something like that.
I knew it was like in the 50s. I just wasn't exactly sure of what number.
Mm.
So being in the finals in Kentucky twice, like I said in your 25 and 24 video, the state finals, the main mat, all eyes on you. With something like this, not taking anything at all away from it, but there's other matches going on. People may not be paying as much attention. Do you kind of feel that there's not as many eyes on you, or you're not being as watched as closely, or how does that go for you?
No, so I surprised myself a little bit by making the finals. I was like, okay, man, I got this. So like I said in my 2025 video, I was in that zone. I was locked in. I didn't really care how many people were watching. I didn't really care about the college coaches that were watching. I was just in that zone, hoping to bring the home the title.
No, man, I get it. And we're going to pick up here right before the match starts. This gentleman standing right in front of the camera. I think he's one of the coaches for your opponent here. So we are going to go to the Sandy Shores. Here we go.
Against Jackson Wells, who is undefeated in high school.
Of course, you're in that traditional black Harrison County singlet. And right out of the gate, man, you go for him. You know what I mean? You are going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing.
He does to his credit, he does a really good job of defending.
Nothing.
So he has a super weird style, and he has a has butter, which is that dump, and you know, I get my front headlock a lot in this match, and he just, you know, grabs onto my tricep and he wrestles too hard in those positions. But yeah, so he gets the first take.
I was going to say, he kind of scrambled out there, got that first takedown.
Hill.
Right, we're out of bounds. Now, we haven't got to see you on the bottom at all in your 2025 video. What are we looking to do here, man?
Just be tough, you know, not get turned, and just be tough here. Maybe you're looking for a stall call. Maybe that guy's stalling on top, but you just and being tough and getting out.
All right. It looks like you're trying to get hand control there. You do. You
There's
get
an
up.
escape.
You get away.
And a quick
Get your
go behind
one.
him. He hasn't got it yet.
I'm already trying to get to that go behind, but once again, he's grabbing my arm.
Hill
Yep.
hanging onto the
So, you
arm.
know, I said that's his bread and butter. He trains that probably every single day.
Mm-hmm. And watching this, I'll give credit to the referee there being patient on that call.
No, he did. He held onto that wrist. Another go behind attempt. Both ways. Hill just relentless on the single leg. Watch the knee. This might, pops his head out, trying to turn the corner. Changes off to a double.
You do a good job here.
Whoa.
Excellent job right there,
Hill
man.
on his back.
Yeah, you know,
Got it.
the
Close.
big part of it now, and those positions I train all the time. And
Near fall.
big palm when he was on my leg and popped his head out, you know, and
Hill dominated most of the
I
first
mean,
period.
some people think I caught him or anything like that, and technically I did catch him, but like I said, I train those positions all the time, and I was ready to wrestle.
Point move.
Hey, man.
Now 8-3.
That was when I watched the replay of it after you wrestled it, I was like, oh,
Kentucky.
yes. And it was just a great sequence. All right, now on top, you said he was kind of funky. Was there any thought of just not even wrestling with him, just cutting him, or just seeing what he gave you, or what?
No, I really was going to try to ride him because that whole tournament, my top was on point. You know, I was riding tough, turning kids, but he grabs my head and kind of like a TJ Meyer escape and gets out. And once again, he gets escape and I'm right back into the go behind. I'm wrestling. I get a takedown here, but like I said, he keeps wrestling through and gets that dump that he's been hitting.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the job of catching legs like crossed up like a Turk position, and he actually gets a turn. And it's quite funny because like my dad's buddy talk about like, man, I want to see you like in a grind, like I want to see you a tough match. And this was one of those where I catch him on his back, he catches me on mine.
When you get caught, well, I don't want to say get caught, but whenever you feel yourself maybe getting a near fall count, did the old poopy meter in your head go off, or was it just like I gotta get out of this? Or
so I was kind of funny because I was like, well, I haven't been on my back in a long, long time, so I'm actually have to get off my back now. So yeah, you know, there was that like little voice in the back of your head like, hey, you're gonna get pinned here. You either don't get pinned or you get pinned, and so you just have to wrestle through it, and I did.
Yeah, no, you done an excellent job there, man, fighting off your back. Like you said, the first time you probably gave up near fall this whole season, correct?
Interesting what choice we pick here in the third.
All right, so we're going into the third period. You're up 11-10. And it's your choice.
Green's choice.
And you take neutral.
They go neutral.
And you can tell here, and I think this is why this tournament's so hard. You know, I wrestled 7 matches, So
Excited by the
you
next takedown.
definitely has an effect on your body. And I haven't gotten tired in a match in a really long time. This is one of those matches that I got pretty tired in. But I didn't break or anything, but I was tired for sure. And see,
I understand.
I'm starting to get like a little slower walking back to the middle, which is
Point lead.
uncharacteristic of me. But yeah, just hold good position and
Here we go in this same position. We've been here, I think, 2 or 3 times in this match. Hill holds that wrist again. He's got to watch Wells with the go behind stuff and throw by.
Yeah, this match has somebody commentating, and I'm not sure who it is, but they've kind of picked up on your game, on what you're good at. So I guess it's good that you're known for that move, and people know you can hit it.
yeah. He keeps trying this dump over and over again, and I figured him out after the first 45 seconds of the match. So I knew I just had to watch the dump and keep good position.
Oh, he hit him with another throw. Wells got good throw by stuff and good go behinds. And Hill grabbed his wrist again.
Man, that's like the 4th or 5th time he's been able to stuff that just by grabbing that wrist. And that's something that you really don't see in Kentucky. That is something that is, I mean, I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but you just don't see people defending takedowns like that here.
We're still nothing here. If they don't move, it's probably going to be a stalemate with about 30 seconds left in the match. So here we go.
So we got 30 seconds left. According to the flow clock, you're up by 1 point.
Pretty even.
Yeah. And I already have a stall call, so I'm trying to, I get stalled out.
Dove in for a shot.
Now, right here in this position, did you feel like he might be able to squirm out and get a takedown on me or hit something funky? Or
that's all he's got to do.
Worst comes to worst, maybe he does, hit something slick and tries to get on top of me. I just get out of bounds, but we're on that edge.
Right now.
Hey, smart.
That's a go behind, stays in bounds. Jackson Wells going to get the win.
And there it is, man.
Champ.
Excellent performance.
Still
11-10. 2025, 113-pound sophomore. NHSCA National Champion at Virginia Beach.
And you can tell there how tired I am. Usually I have a little celebration. I'm right back in the middle, ready to get my hand raised, but I was tired.
Watching that video back, man, a little bit longer than your state finals match, and I think you only had one other match go to a decision. Like you did mention, you could start to feel it. You know what I mean? So watching it back, does it play out the way that you have it kind of mentally recorded?
No, that first period, I remember it clear as day. But that second period went by a lot faster than I felt like in the match.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just because, we were in that like dump front headlock position so much. I think we were in it like 6 or 7 times. But I think I definitely could have wrestled a better match. Definitely should have maybe stayed tighter on my front headlock, not give him that arm. But got the job done, did what was needed, and yeah.
And it should be said that, of course, your partner in crime there, Harrison County, George, he was a national runner-up. I think he ran into an animal, if I'm not mistaken.
He ran into a hammer. So George, it would have been his quarterfinals match. He runs into number 3 kid in the country on Flow's rankings, and he goes down 9-1 first and second period. And in that third period, he's just on a tear, man. He racks up like 4 or 5 unanswered takedowns, and he comes out the 14-12 decision, I think, over number 3, which is huge. It was a very surreal moment. We were all hyped, and I think that's when me and George kind of realized, like, we both made it to the semis, both made it to the national finals. Me and George both realized, like, hey, we're on that level, man. Like, we just got to keep going, and we'll get on those rankings, make it to podium at Super 32. But yeah, me and George, I think it was a really, really good weekend for us. And George, wins the semis. and then he hits just a hammer in the finals. That kid was number 8 on flow, but he was a absolute stud. Just was, you know,
No, I get it. And also, I think there was one of your fillies that was on the podium too, correct?
yeah, Layla. She I think she dropped either her second or third match, but she wrestled back super hard. And I watched a couple of her matches when I wasn't wrestling or anything like that. And for being, like she was wrestling like some New York girls, some California girls, and
Mm.
maybe they're a little more, maybe they know a little more technique or whatever. But Layla wrestles super hard and stays locked in, and she was able to overcome, maybe those girls that knew more moves or anything, and came back and took third, which is really cool to see. And Harrison County had 3 All-Americans, which is not only super good for the county and the school and the wrestling program, but it's awesome for the state.
Yeah.
As we also had Isaac Johns All American, we had Kagan Roberts All American, Kason White All American. So I think we had, what was that? Did I say 6 All Americans?
I believe so. I believe you three, and then the other three you mentioned. So 6 All-Americans, man. That's pretty daggone good. So before we wrap this one up, we want to date ourselves. This is April 3rd, 2025. Before we get into next season and all that, what is on your calendar? What are we looking to do in the off season, or even in the what's kind of looking forward in the 26 season that you guys are looking at going to tournament wise?
So I don't really wrestle a lot of freestyle, or not freestyle, a lot of off-season tournaments. So I'm not gonna hit up Fargo. I'm not a big freestyle or Greco guy. I really like folk style. I'll be hitting up Virginia Beach Duels with Team CKWA at the end of May, and then I'll be going to some camps, training super hard, and then I might hit up like the Grapplers Classic up in Michigan or something like that. But for the most part, I'm not wrestling a lot in the off season, and by the time preseason comes around, I'm hitting that wrestling room super hard and getting locked in for IHPO and Super 32, and then Ironman and the 2025-2026 season, and then I'll be locked in for Virginia Beach, and yeah,
And do it all over again, man, right?
cycle, just a cycle, keep going.
And that's something that I wish more people could kind of download into their software, if you will, is yep, if you don't have a lot of experience or you just want mat time, you can go to these tournaments and get many matches as you want in the off season or whatever. But there also comes a point when you got to say, okay, I know I'm good.
Yeah.
I know I belong at this level. I don't need to go out and hit every tournament. I don't need to go out and overexert myself, burn myself out on wrestling, if you will. I want to do things to where it's fun. As long as it's fun, not all, I don't want to use the word all, but the majority of people that we've done videos with in the state championship series, at some point they have said that they were having fun. They were enjoying it. That's what high school athletics are supposed to be. Yes, wrestling season can be a grind, having to cut all this weight and practices and early morning workouts and all that kind of stuff. But if you're not having fun with it, you have missed the whole concept of what it means to be an athlete in high school. You
For sure.
just have. And as long as you can do what you do, attend the meets that you want to attend, off season, regular season, whatever, and you're still having fun and not dreading going with the travel or going, here, there, or wherever it may be. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, I tip my hat to you. Congratulations on your incredible performance. And like we said in the state championship series, all the videos, return to state champions always have a open door. People that are coming or still in high school, we do videos with, always have an open door if you win to be invited back on the channel. And same thing with anybody that competes in a respected off season or even in season tournament. Like you said, Virginia Beach, Ironman Beast of the East, Super 32, anything like that, and they happen to win, whether it's boy or girl, we'd love to have you on. and let the world see, hey, we got some good wrestling in Kentucky, not just in our state, but we can go to a national level and prove it as well. So, Jackson, man, I
Yep.
hate that I'm glad we got this done, but I hate that it's over because wanted to get you on for so long and get your 2025 video and your Virginia Beach video. So anything we haven't covered that you want to bring up now, man, now's the time.
Now, I'm gonna something I think is super important is maybe you get on the state podium or you get on the podium at Virginia Beach is I think people and get satisfied, and that's the last thing I guess is I'm not satisfied. So I'm definitely gonna be wrestling a lot this off season. Be ready to hit it hard. Like I said, for HBO Super 32, Ironman season, Virginia Beach, all those good tournaments. But yeah, I'm not at all satisfied. So hopefully we'll be doing some more interviews.
Absolutely, man. And two things before we go. The first thing is no matter what weight class you go next year, I would not want to be in it. So to those that are going to watch this, whatever, if you see the name Jackson Wells in your weight class, I wouldn't want to be in your shoes, man. I just wouldn't. And thank you for representing Kentucky wrestling, man. For real. I mean, excellent job there, putting us on the map, letting people know, hey, we have more in our state than thoroughbreds, fried chicken, bourbon, and bluegrass music. You know what I mean? We got some wrestling too.
Yeah, I think a lot of people in the state kind of are like, when you think of Kentucky wrestling and on the national level, you're like Rainey's. But me and George and Kagan and Isaac and all those guys who are training year round, we're on that level too. We might not be top 5 yet, but we're on that national level.
And I think that's a great way to end this video here, man. So if you haven't done so already, go back after, of course, this one ends, and be sure to watch Jackson's 2024 and his 2025 video. The other Harrison County cohort that you have, George, his 2024 and 2025 videos on there. And we've also got Harrison County's 2010 state champion Brandon Barnett, 1992 Roy Gibbs. The only one that we're waiting on is Kevin Case, 1996 or 97. I can't remember. It's one or the other. I believe it was 96. We have him lined up. It's just getting him squared away, man, getting the date and time set up. So the Harrison County contingent is well represented on the state championship review series. You might even see some guy named Ashbrook and some guy named Eric Dingus. I don't know much about him. Those two guys are on there as well. So you can spend the whole afternoon, whole evening watching Harrison County wrestling, and it's good wrestling at that. So thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys and girls. You got something to say, Bob?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I thought you was going to say something else. My bad. Let's try this again. We will see you guys and girls on the mats.